Good morning. It is Thursday, December 28th. This year is coming to a close. We've only got today and then 3 more days left in the year. There is still a whole lot that I want to get done, so we will see what we can do. We will have a podcast going up tomorrow, regardless. So watch for that. I'm really excited about 2024. I'm really excited about where we're headed in our Pearls of Paradise community and the podcast and knitting and sewing, because I actually have some skills. I need to sew something too before I go back to work. That's on my list of to-dos. I'm super excited for this year, and I'm glad that hopefully you guys will be here to join me. I did this morning finish my Sockhead Slouch hat. One of the things, if you haven't seen the last couple of episodes, I am doing, my sentences are all over the place today. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't podcast today. This is a whole thing. Wow. Anyways, I finished my Sockhead Slouch. This morning, I clearly need more coffee. One of the things that I'm trying to do, I talked about it a couple of times on recent Vlogmases, is finish up these little tiny lingering whips or make progress on slightly larger whips so that they can be finished hopefully within that first week of January. I would really like a lot of things off my needles before the new year starts. All these little things. So this was one of them. This was my autumnal equinox cast on. So Sockhead Slouch Hat by Kelly McClure. I have linked the pattern down below if you're interested. The yarn is by Tina's Twisted Fibers. I love her yarn. This is her BFL, Superwash BFL base, fingering weight. So this was an adventure. I'll go ahead and talk about this. I'm going to talk about it again on the podcast, I'm sure. So I had ordered size 3 needles to knit this, and then magically found size 3 needles already in my stash. And so I was like, oh, cool. I'll just start this on those, I think. Or did I purposely go down a size? Now I don't know. Anyways, I was very surprised to discover this morning I have been knitting this on US size 2.5, which is a 2.75, I think, millimeter. Maybe it's 2.5. I don't know. I have no idea. And I do not have a 2.5 needle with cords long enough to do magic loop, which is what I needed to close the top of the hat. And no, I don't have size 2.5 DPNs either. So I just went down to a size 2. I think it's okay. And then I dropped a stitch trying to close it off, and that was a whole thing, but it's fine now. It's great. It's fine now. Please pardon my ends, but I am, even though my hair is wet, I'm going to try it on. It's obviously not been blocked. I just finished this an hour ago, maybe. This is the first time seeing it in actual light. Wow. Oh my gosh. I love this. Oh, I did not think I was going to really like this. These just are not the colors I normally wear. I don't normally do the slouchy thing, but it's so nice. I feel cool. Like I should go to a coffee shop or something. I'm not doing that today, although maybe we will go to a coffee shop this weekend. I could wear this and get some finished object pictures. It's definitely fall colors, but I don't really care. I would wear this all the time. And the colorway is Fall Whispers, so obviously it's a fall color. Well, now I do want a podcast today because this hat is really cute. And even though my ends are not woven in and this is not blocked, it would be very nice to wear. Okay, we'll see. All right, plans for today. What are my plans for today? Great question. I may or may not podcast, although now that I put this hat on, I am leaning towards podcasting. I feel like a cool podcaster in this hat. I am not a cool podcaster. I am just an all over the place podcaster, but that's fine. I feel like a cool one. That getting the zipper in that vest, I am assuming that is going to take a large chunk of my day. I need to get dinner in the crock pot. Tonight we are having Indian butter chickpeas. So I will probably do that first, get that in there. Browns play tonight. Cleveland Browns. Parma is right outside Cleveland, in case you did not know that. Cleveland Browns play tonight on Thursday Night Football. Anyway, I'll probably make sauerkraut balls tonight. I have a headband that I want to get finished up today for sure, too. Let me go grab it. Okay, so I don't remember the name of this headband, but I knit another one earlier this year out of a book called Knitting Vintage by Claire Montgomery. Wow, this is coming back to me. I want to say this is like the Alice headband or something. It's a really cool book, but it's not size inclusive, which is a bummer. But they're they're patterns that are made to look like vintage patterns. I think this was in the 1960s or 70s section. And listen, this is done, except I literally have to knit this is not getting in the shot very well. Like 6 or 8 inches more of I-cord. And then this would be done. Why in the world has this been sitting around for months when all I need to do is knit 6 to 8 inches of I-cord? I don't know. I don't know. But I am not taking it with me into 2024. I'm not. This will not be a whip. This will be a 2023 FO. It's like stuff like this. Like, why? 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 I don't know. Do any of you guys do this where you have stuff that just sits for months? Like you get to that point. I think I know what it is. I didn't want to take this with me because I thought, well, this isn't going to take very long. And then I have nothing to knit on. Oh my goodness. I started this back in April. It just dawned on me because I started this at my sister-in-law's baby shower when she was pregnant with my niece back in April. And yeah, that baby's 6 months old. Like, why is this still on my needles? I don't know. I could have been wearing it. I don't know. Okay, this is turning into a podcast. This is not a vlog. No, I'm being ridiculous. Anyways, I want to finish this too. So, I don't know. I'm also thinking I might just let myself have a little bit of downtime today if I get a chance. Maybe play some Detective Pikachu or some Dreamlight Valley. Those are the 2 games I've been enjoying lately. I'm not sure. I just feel super cool in this hat, you guys. Okay. You know what, though? If I sit here and just keep talking, nothing is going to get done today. So let's go make some dinner. So I did just podcast. This is what the aftermath looks like. It is a little bit of a disaster, but that's okay. Okay, so I had talked about that I'll be casting on the What the Crux shawl by Cozy Up Knits on New Year's Eve. And it is an asymmetrical shawl that takes 1 skein of fingering and then 5 mini fingering weight skeins. So this is going to be my main color. And then I'm going to use 5 of these, which means I need to pick one of these colors to eliminate. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to choose. I'm kind of leaning towards this one just because it has that bright blue and I don't know how well that's going to play with that dark blue. I'm also considering this one, but I don't know. I did ask about this for thoughts and opinions on the podcast, but this video will go up ahead of that. So if you have a thought or opinion and you'd like to let me know in the comments, I am open to suggestions. Whether or not I will take these suggestions has yet to be seen. We will see. But so far I'm leaning towards eliminating this one and keeping the other 5. Hey everyone, I realized it's been a few hours since I've checked in with you. So before I pinned the vest, I did finish, which I'm pretty sure I'm sitting on it. There we go. I did finish the headband. I just have to weave in the ends, but it is done. It took me like 30 minutes to finish that I-cord. Why I have let this sit for months and months and months, one will never know, but that is done. So I ate lunch, I finished that, mostly cleaned up my disaster from podcasting, and got Mason's vest all pinned. And I bought the zipper that was recommended in the pattern, like that length. I think it was 28 inches or something. It is too short. It is too short. So, and I'm not stretching the yarn at all or anything. It's just plain too short. I left a little extra fabric at the bottom, thinking that would make it okay. And it doesn't zip all the way up the collar. And I think it's going to look really weird if it doesn't go to the top. So, positive news. I feel very confident with my pinning skills. But we are going to head to Joann's Fabrics as soon as Mason gets home from work. And we are going to go get a longer zipper. Hopefully they have a longer one. So that is the plan. Then I sat down and I just didn't feel like working on any of my recent whips that I had planned to finish before the end of the year. I think the only one left actually is that Santa hat that I started close to the beginning of Vlogmas. I don't know why I didn't pick that up. It'll be tomorrow's finish because I finished 2 things today. 2 whips. This and the headband. Done. I don't need to finish anything else today. So I did pick up which I don't think you guys have even heard about, but you'll hear details if you watch the podcast. It'll come out tomorrow. I guess I could be editing that, but I don't feel like it right now. But I pulled out my Even Easier eyelet yoke, which I had stopped because I was at a point. Well, first off, let me recap because I don't think I've ever told you guys about this project. I cast it on in September, like late September, worked on it for a few days, realized I was not going to finish it by the end of summer, dropped it like a hot potato. I mean, part of the reason I dropped it was I thought it was going to be too small. And I had just ripped out that autumn leek pullover that was way too big. And I just could not deal with the thought of ripping back another sweater. And this is like wool blended with acrylic. And I know some people would just say stretch it or whatever. Listen, that does not work for me. It just never works. I don't love ripping something back, but for me personally, like, I have learned I would rather rip it back, re-knit it, and be happy with the finished thing, because any time that I've done that and have just left it and I wasn't happy with it, whatever the thing is doesn't get worn, it doesn't get used. So, whatever. Anyway, that was why I stopped working on it. And it was also at a point where I had to try it on like every other row because it's knit on size, I don't even know, size 15 needles, I think. Yeah, size 15, 10 millimeter needles. And it's a super bulky weight. There you can see. Super bulky weight yarn. So every row gives you like a 1/4 inch of length or something. So I needed to try it on almost constantly. So it wasn't a good on the go project. And then I just never picked it back up. I had the pickles and all the things. So I talked about it in today's podcast, and pulling it out made me realize that today would be a great day, or tomorrow or whatever, but it ended up being today, to pull it out, try it on, knit around, try it on, knit around, do that whole number, and try. I'm holding this in my arm, by the way, so that's why this is not like the best picture, the camera. Anyway, yeah. So I have just divided for sleeves, which is great. I'm going to knit a couple of rounds and then try it on again, just to make sure that everything is hitting where it should. And then hopefully I can get the body. I don't know. Okay. Is this crazy? This is probably really ridiculous. Completely bonkers. Could I finish this by the end of the year though? I mean, it's Thursday afternoon, right around 4:30. Could I finish the sweater by the end of the year? Is that absolutely crazy? I think it's absolutely bananas, but goals. I'm going to make it my goal. I would love to have this off the needles. And I should, if everything is okay with it, this would be a really good thing to knit on during the Browns game tonight. The body. And like I said, I mean, it knits up super fast. I am ridiculous, but it's fine. All right, this is happening. Mason just texted me. He's off work. I am starting watching Sleeping Beauty right now. And once he gets home, we'll go to Joann's and get a new zipper. See you later.